Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloomhaven. Last time, after a successful quest, we returned to the city and we were given some prospects about whether we might want to go and find a diamond for Jexera, or perhaps we want to hunt her down. But before any of that, we have perks and gold and city events and all kinds of wonderful things to do here first. So we have one available perk point for Brutus. We currently have a passive attribute ignoring the negatives on our armor. So let's think about what else we want. We can't take this twice. We just have this now. I assume, yeah. Clicking it does not remove it or anything else. That is locked in. Add 1+1, 1 shield. And previously I had been talking about how these arrows meant shuffle the deck. It does not mean that at all, I think. It means run on. So if I draw bludgeon, it's draw bludgeon, then draw one more card, then attack with that modifier, and that attack has bludgeon. So that's what the arrows mean. It's just keep drawing. So add 2 Pierce 3 cards, and then draw into something else. Add 3 push cards. Not that invested in pushing, really, I think. Add 1+3. Add 2 +1s, remove 2 -1s, replace a -1 with a +1. I think consistency might be best. Honestly, the -1s that stop us getting a kill when we think we have, like we're doing 3 damage against something that has 3 HP and then we get the -1. So I'm going to take the consistency. We didn't get enough perk points to have Faith get that yet, but she's already got 1 consistency going. You can clearly take that twice if you wish. Let's take a city encounter now. I've been told you are the group to talk to if you want to get something done around here. You look up from your table at the sleeping lion to see a rustic man in leather armor standing in front of you. This tavern may as well be your office due to the number of people coming through the doors and looking for your help. You nod at the man, and he makes his request. My brother went out hunting in the Corpsewood 2 days ago and hasn't returned since. I fear the worst. If you're travelling in that direction, I hope you wouldn't mind keeping an eye out for him. We will agree to go and search for this man. We will not demand payment up front. We already have -1 reputation. I don't want to keep that going. But it looks like we didn't get a specific quest for that. So maybe that's added a card to the travel deck or something. But what we do have is plenty of cash. So let's head over to the shop. Brutus has 48 gold. And he needs to own 2 helmets, 2 chest pieces, 2 sets of shoes, and all of that stuff for his life quest. So, what do we want him to have, and what does he have already? Hide armor, boots of striding, and a minor healing potion. So we could take something for his head quite happily, and take something for his legs quite happily. Eagle Eye Goggles. During your attack, gain advantage on the entire attack action. That would be really good on things like Trample, where we hit 4 enemies, or Sweeping Cleave, where we hit 3 enemies. And I think taking 2 times damage isn't such a big issue for us, because we can always discard a card out of our 10-card deck. So let's take some Eagle Eye Goggles for Brutus. That leaves us on 18 gold. Not enough to buy anything more worthwhile with. We'll make sure we equip those. And then see if there's anything else we might want for Faith and her equipment. So we have the piercing bow in hand and leather. Anything for legs that's cheap? We could afford our own boots of striding, or during movement add jump to the movement. I think boots of striding would be good for us. Maneuverability is something that we struggle with. Whereas jumping, I don't think is going to be as much value to us. So we'll take our own set of boots of striding. And we'll make sure we equip those. And we can sell stuff for half of the value that we have purchased something for previously, but right now we do not need to worry about that. Now, the other option is we could go to the Temple of the Great Oak and bless the brute with two times added to our deck with a blessing. And there is a thing here that just says devotion. And when I highlight the gold here, there's a tooltip in the top right corner that I cannot see what it says. So, not sure what that's about, but I assume if we take 10 blessings, our devotion will go to 100 and we'll get some kind of permanent benefit out of that. But I think we only get this for one trip. So the question becomes, what quest do we want to do next? Hunting Jexera or finding her diamond seem to be in conflict with one another. Temple of the Eclipse. Visit the special meeting place. This is the one that we found on a coin, I think. Or we can learn more about the gloom. This place up here. Ancient artillery, night demons, stone golems, sun demons, and the colorless. Side quest boss. Kill the colorless. So we only need to kill them, although they have 0 health. So I have no idea what that actually equates to. So probably going to avoid that one for now. Let's see what else we could be doing. Visit the special meeting. Learn more about the gloom. Bandit archers and cultists we know about. Earth demons. Living bones we know. And wind demons. Flying innate and shield innate. And earth demons just have a lot more health. We could probably give this a go. Kill all enemies in all rooms. What's the other one for find the diamond for Jexera? Hounds, merciless overseers, and vermling scouts. This seems a little easier. But I don't want to make my decision about Jexera yet. So, let's take a blessing for Brutus. And our devotion has gone up 10 gold. And let's go to the map and we're going to go learn more about the gloom. Of course, we're going to get a road encounter. You see smoke on the horizon and catch the vague stench of burning flesh. You hasten your step to see what catastrophe lies ahead of you on the road. After a few minutes, you come upon a trade caravan ravaged by a pack of vermlings, if the tracks in the mud are any indication. Dead bodies and broken, upturned carts lie across the path, but you can also see a few survivors, wounded and bloody on the ground. A woman limps across the road, carrying pieces of wreckage. Help the survivors or finish the vermlings, finish what they started, and take whatever loot is left. Let's help, because we are good, honourable heroes. You disperse through the scene, tending to people's wounds and getting them back on their feet. It takes a few supplies, but they seem grateful in the end. At the start of the scenario, consume 1 small item each, but gain 1 reputation. Well, our reputation was -1, so that's back to 0. We're going to lose our healing potion and our stamina potion, but we do have a blessing.
Proclamations of a gloom do not sit well in your stomach as you search the bend in the still river. Something here holds an interest for these maniacs. You are somewhat surprised to find the ruins of an ancient crypt half covered in moss and ivy. The history of this place is old and dark. With no other information to go on, you head down into the depths. Whatever these supposed bandits are up to, you're determined to find out. Even after you stumble across a large group of them, along with some reanimated dead at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so kill all enemies in all rooms. We know what we're facing. We don't know what our rewards are. Encounter. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack during this scenario. that should be easy, because if we look at our deck here, we have Fatal Advance, kill one adjacent normal enemy. So when we play that, we'll basically do that by default if we do it well timed. Or take only short rests during the scenario. We typically take short rests most of the time, but we'll take Executioner. And battle goal here, Neutralizer, cause a trap to be sprung or disarmed on your turn or the turn of one of your summons during the scenario. Or use no items during the scenario. Well, we've already lost our potion. We have gained Boots of Striding. And we have our Piercing Bow. During your ranged attack, ignore shield values for the entire attack action. But we don't have to use that. Leather Armor. The next 2 times you are attacked, the attacker gains disadvantage on the attack. I probably should have been actively using that rather than just assume it does something passively. And Boots of Striding. So, let's try using no items during the scenario for 2 perk points. Because I'll forget to use them a lot of the time anyway, perhaps. Now, how does the room look? Consume 1 small item. Choose 1 small item to consume before the turn starts.
You've made a mistake coming here, one of the bandits hisses. You disagree. You are right where you want to be.
Oh yeah, this is going to go swimmingly, I'm sure. So right now, 3 targets. 2 traps on the ground doing 3 damage apiece. And that's where we've come in. And we've got long corridor room, small room here, large room there. So it looks like 4 rooms in total. Now, how do we want to deal with these guys? Can I have... Thank you. Let's have a look. So we were talking earlier that Trample, move 4, attack 2. And if we did it with our Eagle Eye Goggles, during your attack, gain advantage on the entire attack action. So we would have advantage on all of our attacks with Trample, which is attack 2. So that would all be at advantage. But I think attack 3 with Piercing, although we don't have any wind to make that work at the moment. I still haven't really explained the elements, but we haven't actually used one yet, so... What about Faith? What's Faith got going on? We can, of course, start in any of the white outline tiles here. Throwing Knives, attack 2 a range of 3. So we can attack both of these folks. Or both of those. If I could, I'd like to kill 2 of these guys within this first round, which would not be entirely improbable. So if we're throwing knives, attack 2 at a range of 3 for 2 targets. If we attack these 2, that's a top. What are we going to do on bottom? We could move and poison. We could pull someone closer to us. If we pulled someone closer to us, we could have Brutus attack without having to move. That seems like a good plan. So throwing knives, pull 2 at a range of 3. That's 1, 2, 3, pull 2. Then Brutus can range attack once or spare dagger on bottom. And we want an attack on... We don't have any other ranged attacks, do we? No, but we'll take Trample for the Pierce to get through the shield. Let's see how this goes. Right, Scoundrel up first, throwing knives, and I'm going to attack these two, because I want to attack the one without shield, and we're not going to use our piercing bow, because we're not using items this scenario. That's really nice. That's adequate. Then we're going to pull somebody at a range of 2. We're going to pull them to here. That's the Scoundrel's turn. We'll take 1 damage there, no problem. We'll take no damage there, that's lovely. Good set of turns, that. Right, so we can attack for 3, a range of 3 on top here. But I think I'm just going to attack for 3 piercing on the one that's close to us here. I'm going to spare myself advantage and just attack. They die, which is wonderful. Then we're going to move 2. And we could move on to the gold, or we could just try and progress closer to the archer, which I think I will take that as a preference. Then the archer's going at the end of the round. 5 damage is so much. We'll reduce that down. We don't have our healing potion, remember. We've lost that. It's a new turn. You are an elite, so we cannot kill you with our special touch of death. And unfortunately these guys are oriented a way that we don't have an attack that will hit all of them. There is a trap there though. And so we might be able to attack and push them into that trap. I think we're allowed to push one to the left rather than directly away from us. I hope we are. Attack 3, push 2. We'll go with that. And if that's top, what are we going to have for bottom? Heal 2. So, eye for an eye, warding strength. Bottom for healing, top for attacking and pushing. Here, we can flanking strike, attack for 3 with one of our allies next to us. Add 2 attack and gain 1 experience when the target is adjacent to any of your allies, which they are, and we'll probably go first on a 4. So then what do we want to do second? We could Thieves' Knack and attack a second time. If we did that and the thing died, we could move for 2 on bottom and then attack with push on top. So let's do that. We're up first, which is lovely. So we are attacking with our 2 attacks here. That's gone great. That's the end of the Scoundrel's turn. Now, instead of healing, we are going to move. We don't even need to really consider pushing them because they have 1 HP left anyway. So we will still move 2. That puts us right in front of the door. And then we attack 3 with a push 2. And unless we miss, we will kill them now. That's good. That's the end of the brute's turn. Back round to us. Now with Faith, we probably would like to loot and then move if possible. We can loot 1, which will take those 2 piles of gold, and then we want move 5 would probably do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us to the door. The other option would be move 5 to get to the door, and then swift bow to attack something once we're in the room, which I concede is probably more important. So let's do that. And then for Brutus, move 3 and push 1 adjacent enemy. Move 4 with Skewer. Retaliate or attack and disarm. Alright, we'll move 4 with Fatal Advance. And I will Skewer, because if something is a little bit further away, we'll still be able to hit them with that. So, Faith is up first. We're moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us to the door. We have a cultist and 2 rangers in the center, and then another cultist at the end of the room. Then we're going to attack 3 at a range of 4. And the question is, who are we going to try and hit? The current turn, the cultist is going to move 1 and then attack everything in its orbit for 3, which is a bad time. These guys are going to attack 1 at a range of 4 against 2 targets. So we're both getting hit whatever happens, really. So we'll attack the thing at range because Brutus will be able to attack the thing closer. If we could get a 2x or a +2 on this, I'd be really grateful. -1 is not that. The cultists are up. Right, Brutus. Unfortunately, none of them are in a position where we can hit both of them. So we're going to move 4. And then attack for 3 with piercing. I think I'm going to move to here. Make use of the movement that we have. Oh, no. No. Is this... Can we attack friendlies with this? Alright, well, we're not going to do that then. But we will just do a standard attack 2, and I will feel slightly dumb. Then the rangers are going. The archers. -2 is great. -1 is great. -1 continues to be great. +1 is a bad time. Right, back to us. What do we want to do? We want to kill stuff. We want to kill it quickly. Attack 2, disarm. Sweeping blow can't hit 2 things, unfortunately. Balance measure, attack X, where the number of hexes you have moved so far is X. And I'm gonna sneeze. Managed to find the pause button before that. Right. We can obviously hit the thing that we are stood next to. We can attack it and disarm. Or we could Provoking Roar. Any enemy who targets one of your adjacent allies with an attack this round targets you with attacks instead, regardless of the attack's range. And we could Wall of Doom. Let's do that. Then for Faith, attack +2 and gain 1 when the target is adjacent to one of your allies. We get that. That's on top though, and we'd like to heal if we could. We could Flintlock, but that's attack for 5 at a range of 4. So I guess we're going to single out for top. and move 3, poison 1 for bottom. So the cultists are up first, but we do manage to get our retaliate and provoking roar first. And we end our turn. They miss us and get retaliation. They don't get through our shield and they get retaliation. Now we can attack this weakling. And then we're going to move 3 and poison somebody. I'm going to move to here. Skip the rest of our movement. Poison the guy in the center. Confirm tactic. Target. Then the archers are still going to go. They have to attack us with our shield. Ouch. 4 damage. I'm going to burn a card, I think. We want Sweeping Blow next turn, because these guys are stood next to one another. So we'll lose Balanced Measure, unfortunately. Now we are up. So we need a short rest to get Sweeping Blow back. Skewer, we can burn it. There is, of course, a door here that we've not been to yet, and it's kill all enemies in all rooms, so we must peep that room before we go to the giant room, probably. Worth keeping in mind. Right, trample, move 4, attack for 2, and we could go 1, 2, 3, 4. It would kill this guy, so what we could actually do is go 1, 2, 3, 4. With poison, the 2 would become 3 and kill the middle one. And then we could Sweeping Blow the 2 archers at the back. Let's do that. Then for us, we still have Flintlock, but we're going to short rest. Single out. Short, lose it. Then here, we probably want Throwing Knives to attack 2 creatures. That's on top. And then we've got a move 3 and push. If we were to manage to kill things sufficiently, we could move 3 on bottom and attack Pierce on top. So I was thinking about Throwing Knives the 2 at the back. And flanking striking the one at the front would kill reasonably well. In fact, our turn's going to be so good, I'm going to cancel this trample. I don't think we need it yet. Instead, here I'm going to Throwing Knives the 2 at the back. And flanking strike the one directly next to us. So that should kill you and injure the 2 at the back. Then here, Spare Dagger to kill 1 more of them. And then move 1, 2, 3 to get into this room. Then what do we want to attack with when we get in that room? Possibly Trample, possibly Fatal Advance. So we'll move 3. They are going slowly. We are attacking the two at the back with daggers. +1. And I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I've done it again. I'm really dumb. Alright, in that case, let's go open this door, please.
You bash in the door thinking you've prepared for anything. Before you, however, stands a creature of pure elemental energy, enraged and demonic. It takes you a second to collect yourself. As if animating the dead wasn't enough for these lunatics.
Oh boy. There is a treasure chest on the ground. That's nice. They're going at the end. They're going to move 2 and attack for 3. And they're going to attack for 3 in kind of a 3-point diamond. So if we stay here and they move 2, 1, 2, I think they can probably still hit us. So is it worth just going to the treasure chest and having that done now? So wherever they're stood, they attack 2 off of a point. So if they move 2 to there, yeah, they can attack us here for sure. So let's go and get this treasure chest. Oh, you are kidding me. You've been poisoned. Suffer 3 damage. Sure, give me the 3 damage. We're going to have to burn a card next time. And we get no treasure. Over here. Oh boy. I can move 2. And then attack with a sweeping blow to kill 2 of them. Because this guy is poisoned. And that's the end of our turn. I'm going to burn a card instead of taking 5 here. Provoking Roar, I guess. I hate it, but it's not like we had anything good to get rid of. We have to burn an available card here. I think we need Smoke Bomb next turn. That's going to be one of the ways that we can get this to actually work. On your next attack while invisible, double the value of the attack and gain 2+. An invisible character cannot be focused on nor targeted by the enemy, but can be damaged by non-targeted damage. Invisibility does not affect interactions with allies. The invisible condition is removed at the end of the affected character's next turn. Monsters treat them as if they are obstacles. So, whenever we do that, we need to be ready to attack. So, Smoke Bomb, Flintlock will do 10 damage. So, we are currently burning a card. Let's burn Thieves' Knack and disarm 1 trap. Round 6. We are going to Smoke Bomb, Flintlock. And over here, they've got 4 HP. It's not lots. It's probably about time we got Warding Strength up, though. On the next 6 sources of damage, gain 1 shield. But if we do that, we're not going to be able to hit them. So, instead, It's probably going to be a generic move on something like Eye for an Eye or Trample. And then Warding Strength, attack 3, push 2. I'll save Eye for an Eye because it has a heal that we might use next turn. Before we get through the last doorway. So, Fatal Advance for a generic move 2 on bottom. Warding Strength for an attack 3. Over here, we turn invisible. And then we attack for 5, which will be 10 because it's doubled. We don't have any shield to worry about. We've lost use no items during the scenario. I don't know when we did that, but never mind. There's 11 damage. We're still invisible until the end of the round, so we can probably kill them next time, hopefully. Brute's turn. We are going to do a generic move 2. And we'll put ourselves as close to that door as we can, ignoring the gold. And attack 3 with a push 2, and really hope we draw a +1 or something. Could Eagle Eye Goggles here. During your attack, have advantage on the entire attack action. I think it's actually worth it because we can take advantage here on one attack to basically gain a whole turn next time. Yeah, worth it. Right, they're chasing down the brutes because they couldn't see us as we are invisible. So, trample, attack over here. Move and poison. Move 2. Attack 3 with poison. There is a trap there. I missed that on my way in, but I'm glad I didn't accidentally step onto it. So we could move 1, 2... We can't move through it, and I don't want to step on the trap, so we can't move more than 2. So there's no point in doing a longer movement than that. Although we could Swift Bow, attack, and then Venom Shiv move for 5. Then over here, we have Eye for an Eye we could heal, and Trample is move 4, but we'd probably just move 2 and open the door. And if we do that, we can Eye for an Eye retaliate self when we get to the doorway. Is this guy going to be able to move enough? 1, 2, and then he probably isn't going to attack us next turn, and we're probably going to kill him anyway. Although, that being said, if he's faster than us, he might move out of our attack range, but then we'll just have to move and then attack him. So here we're going to retaliate and trample for a standard move 2. He's very slow. So we are up first up here, so it's going to be retaliate, generic move 2, or we could move 4 and try and trample stuff when we get in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with our boots. Sure, let's gamble on that. Right, so we still have some movement left. There's only 3 things in here. There's another treasure chest. And we've spent 2 of our 6 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't finish here, but we can apparently jump through the target. So what I think I will do is jump through here, land on the chest, and hurt that guy as we move through it. That went pretty well, and if they attack us while we have retaliate, that's going to be really good. That guy should just die. They have flying, doesn't matter. We get a treasure chest. Ring of Skulls design. Interesting. Now, the Scoundrel has her own problem to deal with back here. We are attacking just like that. Don't miss. Oh, man. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay. Well, we can move for 5 to here. We'd have to go through the trap to do it. They're currently 1 step away from us, or 2. If we come to here, they would be 1, 2, 3. What are they doing this turn? Moving 3, attacking for 4. If we have wind, we have -2 attack. So we basically can't escape this guy's attack. Although we're still invisible. So I'm going to move in. Skip the rest of our movement, unfortunately. We're still invisible. We are no longer invisible. We get pushed back and then attacked at range, which is lame, because we're not going to get that. We have to burn a card for. Right, over here we need to short rest. Sweeping blow, sure. Right. And over here we need to short rest as well. Throwing knives we can lose because we want to attack not at disadvantage this turn anyway. So flanking strike should just kill this thing quickly. Or if we do... Flanking strike is a move 5 on bottom at an initiative of 4. And Venom Shiv is a move 5... Sorry, words. Flanking strike. Attack 3 on top on an initiative of 4. Venom Shiv move 5. Do that. Good. Over here. These things are flying and they have 2 shields, so we want to hit them with piercing if possible. Attack 3 at a range of 3 would probably kill this through 2 shield, because 1 health plus 2 shield is 3. Spare Dagger attacks for 3. And then we can put warding strength on for the attacks to come. We still have Fatal Advance to kill the cultist. So that should be fine. So, Spare Dagger, attack 3 at a range of 3, warding strength, and selection. Cultists moved faster than us, unfortunately, but they only have move 1, so I think we'll be okay. On death, 3 attack damage. That is good to know that they can have death rattles. Over here, we're going to hope to hell that we don't miss this attack. The movement is the same, so we're actually going to use Poison Shift because this gives us 1 experience. Sure, now you give me the 2x. Then we're going to move 5 and just progress as far as we can, as fast as we can. We don't have time for picking up gold, unfortunately. The cultist moves 1. Doesn't do anything. We are going to attack 3 at a range of 3 on this guy. Why doesn't your purple change? Does it just mean we have lethal? Is that what the purple means? Move 2, attack 3 at a range of 3, targeting 2 creatures, innate flying shield. I don't see why this wouldn't work. Characters with flying trait can completely ignore all characters, obstacles, terrain effects, and traps on hexes during their movement, including the last hex moved onto. However, the last hex cannot be occupied by a character. Characters that lose flying while occupying an obstacle take damage as if they had sprung a trap and moved to the nearest empty hex. So I think this just means it's going to be lethal. I hope that's what that means. Yes. Good. Then on the next 6 sources of damage, gain shield. End Brute's turn. Then this thing's going. Move 2, attack 3 at a range of 3. Receive 3 damage. Right, we want to Fatal Advance, which means we need to move 2, which we can do with Eye for an Eye as a basic move 2, and then kill an adjacent normal enemy. If we do that though, and this guy has a death rattle, we will die, and then it will be up to the others to worry about it. And unfortunately we can't move 2 to here through this obstacle because this is a standard enemy. We could fatally kill this thing. How's Faith looking for movement and attacks? We have Swift Bow, which is move 2 and attack 3. So if we short rest, this is move 5 and this is move 5. So whatever we get, we're going to keep a move 5. So we move 5 and attack 3 at a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will be able to attack. And if we can kill this thing in one turn, we might actually be able to do this. I don't think we can do anything else apart from generic move 2 on Eye for an Eye, and then Fatal Advance. This is bottom, this is top. We're going first. Is the cultist death rattling? They're not. That is excellent news. Faith's up first. We are moving 5. And then attacking 3 at a range of 3. And we've already used an item, so we might as well use piercing and get through this shield. And then we do a generic move 2 action. There's gold to be picked up here, so we'll move to that tile. And kill 1 adjacent normal enemy. Well, that was about as close as I could imagine it would be.
These elemental demons belong on an entirely different plane of existence, but the cultists have somehow managed to pull them through to this one. On the altar in the back room, there is a wealth of scribblings on these rituals. Not all of the writing is intelligible, but you get the sense that this crypt is a place of power, once used by an ancient civilization. The ancients tapped the power of the elements to enhance their own lives, and while their exact fate is beyond your knowledge, it clearly didn't end well. Among the scripts, you also find notes on a couple of other places of power in the area. One appears to have seen heavy use with the cult, and the other is marked as being overrun by vicious undead. It looks as though you have the opportunity to either disrupt more of their work, or get in their good graces by helping to clear a threat.
Right. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack action during the scenario. Apparently, killing them without actually rolling an attack roll doesn't count, which is good knowledge. We apparently did use an item during the scenario, so we will exit that scenario, and even though we didn't get any perk points, I'm still grateful that we managed to do a mission on the first try without failing and having to do it multiple times, even if we did pick up a chest that was a trap. Our quest is complete. We get 6 XP. Ruinous Crypt is added to the map. Decaying Crypt is added to the map. And here we are back in Gloomhaven. So that's going to be all for right now. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.